A Buffalo Trace whiskey made in Virginia? Well, let's find out in this episode of Whiskey's. All right, so this week on Whiskey's, we are going to review the Bowman brothers. Is it Bowman or Bowman? Which one is it? Write down in the comments to let me know.
How are we gonna write down in the comments how it's pronounced? Oh my goodness.
I say Bowman, but I think that's correct, but it could be Bowman. So the Bowman or Bowman brothers, the Pioneer Spirits, is Virginia straight bourbon whiskey. Now, rumor has it that they literally get the juice from Buffalo Trace. Now, Sazerac own both companies. They own Bowman Distillery and they also own Buffalo Trace. So it's very well possible. From what I'm hearing, that they take the juice from Buffalo Trace and they bring it to Virginia and they triple distill it. And then they barrel it in 3 charred oak barrel for 6 to 7 years. And as you can see, I've already tapped into it and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it is a nice sip. And the reason why I'm reviewing this one this week, because next week we are going to do our Buffalo Trace battle. And I figured this would be a good one to add to it, although it's technically not from Buffalo Trace, but it is owned by Sazerac, and rumor has it the juice is the same as Buffalo Trace. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're not going to hold you up too long on this review. I want to give you a nice quick review just to see what we come up with. First thing I'll mention, I do like the bottle. That is a neat bottle. It's got a nice wood topper on there, a cork. And on the bottle itself, it says Bowman Brothers Pioneer Spirits Virginia Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This is a small batch and it is 90 proof, so 45% alcohol. So it is a lower proof whiskey. And you can see a picture within the bottle. I don't know if you can see that there. And it's a picture on the inside. It just kind of gives you a little history. So it's history in his story. Get it? It's history in his story.
Oh boy.
All right, anyway.
This dude is corny.
So let's get to this. So the color on this, what I see is a nice amber, like a honey style color in the nose. First thing I get is like a apple crisp, like a candy apple. Real little oak, sweet vanilla, and some cinnamon. So let's see what we get on the palate here. Yeah, that's really good. Now we mentioned this is aged 6 to 7 years. You actually can tell that age there. Although it's a lower proof, you get a lot of those oak tannins that come through. They lay on your tongue. And then the first thing that I get is oak, to be honest with you. And then the sweetness, then it sweetens up for me. Then you get the toffee, the vanilla comes through. And then the back part of your palate, there's like a black pepper or a white pepper note that comes through for me. So let's go in for a second sip and see what we get out of this. Okay. It isn't, man, I can't wait to do this Buffalo Trace battle. I do think this would be a good battle up against maybe the standard Buffalo Trace whiskey to see where it lands. And we're going to show you our lineup in a minute here. So, like I mentioned before, what comes through is a toffee. You get vanilla that comes through, maybe a little bit of caramel. It is oak forward, surprisingly, and that's probably because of the age and maybe the way they are distilling the whiskey once they get it from Buffalo Trace, because it's triple distilled, which makes it a little bit more smoother. So yeah, I love it. I think it's phenomenal. Has a little bit more character. Then I think that from right off the bat, I'm going to say that I think this will beat the standard Buffalo Trace, and I'm going to see how it line up against the rest. So let me show you my lineup. Stay right there.
2 minutes later.
All right, so we're back. So the idea, what I had, since you got March Madness coming up, we're going to have Buffalo Trace madness in the house. So since this is allegedly from Buffalo Trace, the juice, we're going to battle this up against the nice Buffalo Trace, the standard whiskey, to see where it lands, right? So this will be the first battle. This is the first branch. And then the winner will rise up against the Weller. And then in the next round, you're going to have Blanton's versus the Weller. And then in the other round, you're going to have E.H. Taylor against Eagle Rare. So that's kind of the thought I had. Or maybe I might mix it up a little bit differently, but that's kind of the thought I had. I maybe even do this one. So this is closer in proof. I may do the E.H. Taylor versus the Weller 107 and do the 90 proof versus, this is 90 proof too as well. So we may do these up against each other. And the winner of these will battle this one here. So these will be in their own separate bracket because we know they're always one. This will be the bracket. The winner of this one will battle this one. These two will battle each other. And then these two. And then we'll find out which one will win in the end. You let me know in the comments, do you think I should maybe choose something a different round? Although I did have a friend of mine who's willing to offer me some Buffalo Trace, because this is all the ones that I have currently right now. I think I'm going to go with this one, but I still may change down the road. So we'll see, because I think these are the most easy, accessible Buffalo Trace whiskeys. And so I felt like it'd be better for me to do something that's more easily accessible than some of the difficult ones that I've seen and tasted over the years. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think I should get some other Buffalo Traces in here? Because I've been offered some incredible pours to actually review on the show. Or do you think I should just stick with these? All right, guys. Well, look, this will conclude this episode of Whiskey. And like we always say, please always drink moderately and responsibly. Y'all have a good day. This stuff right here is delicious. Don't sleep on this. I'm telling you. This is not your... although it's very reasonable, I think it's $35. This is not a poor man's whiskey. It's delicious. That's good.